streaming. I'll let you know when we're live, and then like I said, there's gonna be like a 5-minute window for people to tune in, and at that point, if you guys can all go like hop on Facebook, hit share on your feed so that we get it seen by everybody. Correct. It'll be on the Sport Karate Radio Facebook page. Okay, so let's fade that. Fade that. You did. Okay. Hopefully it works. I've never really done audio drops on a live feed before, so I think I know how to do it, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'll give it my best shot. All right, going live, and then while we're live for the next couple minutes, I might as well. Do you guys want to be audible for the next 5 minutes or not? Okay, so I'm going to be audible so people can hear me, so that as they tune in, there's at least some voice going on. It's not just dead silence. Okay? All right. I won't. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sport Karate Radio. We are going to get started with the Christmas end of the year special live on Facebook. We're going to... All right. So as you guys are tuning in, please go ahead and hit that share button and let's grow the show. We're going to get, this is going to be awesome. We got Richard Plowden on the line. We got Jeff Doss here. We got the regular Sport Karate Radio family. This is going to be great. And you got, of course, Jacob Wolfman, who's talking to you right now. We're going to get started. You see that little timer going down? That's when we're going to get started. So as you come in, just say hello, drop some floating hearts, drop some hellos. We'll rock and roll. All right. If you're here, say hello, say what's up in the live feed. I'll give you a shout out. All right. For those of you guys just tuning in right now, Sport Karate Radio Christmas end of the year specials happening in about 1 minute. We're just waiting for a few people to tune in. Please hit the share button, and then we will get started, and it will be a party. All right. I see Carmichael Simon back there waiting for the show to start. What's up, Carmichael? All right, it's time to rock and roll. We're gonna get started in just a minute here. Transition. Everybody, give me a mic check.
Check. Check. Check.
All right, that's a good start. It's a good start. Give me one more mic check, everybody, before we officially go live. All right. Sport Karate Radio hosts. I'm still trying to figure out the bugs for audio drops and stuff because it doesn't look like the audio drops are quite working. I'll try to figure it out as the show goes on, but let's just do it. All right. Without further ado, everybody that's tuned in, I present to you. Boom, boom. You know what? I'm going to have to switch screens. It's going to have to be just me for 1 second till I can introduce everyone else because I can't guarantee I'll be here. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Jacob Wolfman. You are watching Sport Karate Radio, the end of the year Christmas special. I am going to be broadcasting Sport Karate Radio live. I agreed to jump on and help the guys out and make sure that we could do a live stream today. So I just wanted to pop in and say hi real quick before the show officially starts. And I'm going to jump over to it. Basically, we're broadcasting a Google Hangout onto Facebook. Crazy technology. So this will be a fun experiment. Let's rock to it. Guys, you're all live. Take it away, Bobby.
All right. So, can we do the music or no? No music?
Not right now, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's get right into some tournaments. Corey, you got tournaments coming up that you want to just talk about very briefly and very quickly?
Sure. We got on the 19th and 20th the AKA Warrior Cup coming up in Chicago, Illinois. I'm pumped for it. I can't go this year, unfortunately, but it's one of my favorites to go to in the year, and that's the big one coming up now.
And Rich, you have anything coming up?
Just NBL Super Grands coming up this week.
We have to get this figured out. That's Mr. Plowman. That's Mr. Plowman, though.
First name. That's Mr. Plowman. But Super Grands coming up this week, so NBL Super Grands to finish off the year.
Yes, sir.
And we got the Super Grands man himself in here, Jeff. Jeff, you want to talk about your tournament coming up?
It's not my tournament, but yes, I'll be helping a bunch. So I'll be it's gonna be a long week. It's already been a lot going on. So I'm excited. We're getting ready. I'll be going up probably the 23rd and helping some final setups and ready for to make it another great one. It'll be the 28th year. So pretty excited.
Awesome. And so those are just some of the other tournaments. A lot of the other tournaments that aren't the big ones that are coming up, you guys can always check out by going to sportkarateradio.com and then just going to the tournament section. There's a lot of smaller tournaments on there that you guys can check out. And if it's in your area, then you guys can take advantage of that and make sure that you get to them. A lot of good stuff coming up with the hot topics of our guests here, and we just want to talk to you guys about, did the sport grow in 2017 or did it show signs of decline? And that was kind of the general question that we asked everybody throughout the entire season of season one. And we just kind of want to take a look at the whole entire year just this year and see where we're at. So Richard Plowden, you want to start us out and give us your opinion on 2017, how'd it go?
I think that it was a good year. I can't say that the sport itself has really grown. I think that our major problem is that we kind of feed off of each other. All of us try to draw from the same pool, and that's a challenge. What ultimately has to happen, I think, is for us to be seen as valuable to martial arts school owners because they've moved away from us. They are not as supportive of the whole tournament environment as they may have been in previous decades. So that's our major challenge. You know, we're all trying to draw basically the same competitors across the board. A variety of events, the number of events is increasing, but that pool of competitors is not growing.
Jeff, what do you think?
I have to agree with Mr. Plowden as well. I think it was a good year. There was a lot of like new tournaments, some that grew, and of course, every year I think there's about 4 or 5 events that just expand, like have like a huge change, and one of those was Richard Osborne's that grew just amazingly, and I think that's exciting to see. Um, and I think that all of us are trying to do that. And I would like to see us kind of work together more to make the full sport do that and not just, my event this time, every week we want to make each other's the best it can be. Um, but I do think we've seen a little bit more with like sponsors and stuff, company sponsors, a bit more. It seems Century is getting involved more, and a couple other ones that I've talked to to do a little bit here and there. So that's exciting to see. Anytime that we can get the martial arts companies to support what we do is a big deal.
Corey, you want to talk about your opinion a little bit on it?
Sure. Yeah, I think 2017 went well. I mean, there's nothing that stuck out to me as a big step back or something that happened. I'm like, oh, never again. But there was definitely a lot of progress made in terms of, I feel like, communication for people, and also across the board through doing, this season and talking to people all over the country when I competed this year. Everyone's kind of on the same page about wanting to, kind of get their messaging to the same audience and wanting to kind of unify what we're doing. And I'm hearing a lot of the same concepts in a lot of different places from a lot of different people. And I think that's a really positive sign that everyone's kind of coming to that realization, at least around the same time. So I'm excited for the next couple of years to see if that realization kind of becomes because we all need to kind of be thinking the same way before anything major can happen. And I feel like those first steps are starting now. So I think it's been a phenomenal year for that.
Rich, you want to finish us off? What is your opinion?
Sure. My answer is twofold. One thing, I think participation, and I'll kind of explain myself, is an all-time high. If you look at, now let's just not say just sport karate tournaments. Let's talk about ATA. Let's talk about Tiger Rock. Let's talk about all these other organizations. Even though they may not want to admit it, we're all playing the same game. And Mr. Plow just kind of alluded to it about the instructors, getting the instructors involved. Those tournaments are big. There's a lot of big tournaments throughout the United States. If we took all of us and put us in one room at one time, we would have like a mega event. So the overall participation, whether you call yourself sport karate or not, the people competing, all-time high, all across the world. There's tournaments everywhere. Number two is communication. I think this year, now last year was probably an indication, but this year, communication's at an all-time high. With social media, we can reach out and talk to each other via Facebook, text message, or whatever. Communication right now is unbelievable. Whether some of it's negative or positive and people arguing back and forth online, the problem is that, or the thing is that people are talking. And so I would say communication right now, all-time high. So I think it really was a good year.
Fantastic. And we're going to try to get Mike Welsh in here and Aaron Smith. We're not having luck with that. Are those guys able to join if we're live, Jacob?
As far as I know, it's just a Google Hangout, so they should be able to jump into the Hangout as long as their webcam is working and they have a Google account.
Okay. We will try to get them in here. They're having some problems, but we'll try to get them in as soon as we can. But let's get into our award ceremony. Now, this award ceremony is one of the finest award ceremonies that you will ever come across within sport karate.
Absolutely.
And we have put a ton of effort into this, and we have not just done this last minute. And it's a great one. It's packed. So let's start things out with best dressed person of the year. Does anybody have any ideas on who that would be? Anybody want to take a guess? No? Okay. It is Anthony Merricks.
Oh yeah.
So Anthony Merricks, congratulations. You are the best dressed person within sport karate. Hey, good job.
There we go. And
Best uniform of the year. We have two different uniforms. We got Team Impacts and we got Team Proper.
All right.
And Rich, or excuse me, Corey, you want to tell us the winner? Give us your opinion. Me and Rich already discussed it earlier, so you're the tiebreaker. I said Team Impacts because they're very basic and they're old looking, and I just think they're so cool looking. And Rich said Proper because they look neat.
oh man, I'm on the
Be the
spot.
tiebreaker. Richard Plowden's here too, so keep that in mind.
Oh, I am here, Bobby. I am fully aware.
Okay, it's a tie.
I think I'm
There
gonna
you
have to
go,
go. I think I have to go with Team Impacts. I do like that scheme they got on their uniforms.
Well, I think the ASG win. That's the key.
Yeah. Definitely.
Richard, do you want to give a quick speech for this award or no?
No, that's okay. Again,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say ESG wins. Proper juniors uniforms are great. I think our uniforms are very good. Thank you, Jason Chen.
All right, and we have best kick of the year. Now I had some trouble coming up with some really cool kicks this year. I didn't really look, so that was the main problem. But the best kick of the year is Robbie from the Irish Open in 2016 for his spinning back kick to the face.
Nice done, Robbie.
All right, and we're gonna wait on Mike Welsh because Mike Welsh won something here, and we'd like a victory speech from him. Best tournament of the year, we have Battle of Atlanta, U.S. Open, and Amerikick. What are you guys' opinion on that? Which one do you like best out of all those? Battle of Atlanta, U.S. Open, or Amerikick?
I wasn't at Battle of Atlanta, so I can't speak for that one. But I really enjoy. I was at Amerikick and U.S. Open. I enjoy them both. But the U.S. Open just has that huge size. Like, it's enormous, and it pulls everybody from everywhere. And I love just seeing the variety that's exhibited there, so I'd have to go with that one.
So,
Richard Plowden, what do you think?
I really enjoyed the Battle of Atlanta. I thought that Greg Roof really did a good job in resurrecting an event that at one point in time seemed to be on its last leg. And he's really worked hard to bring it back. And Greg is, I can honestly say, Greg is not affiliated with any one particular team or group, but he works hard to make sure that all of us are very comfortable with his event.
Very cool. Jacob, what do you think?
well, actually, I did a live show a few months ago. It was actually a 3-part series. It was called the International Martial Arts Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts, and we did a bracket style 32 tournaments against each other, and then the people in the chat voted for which tournament was going to win out. And in that scenario, a couple things happened. First off, Battle of Atlanta beat out U.S. Open in one of the rounds. So I'm just gonna speak for my people and support Battle of Atlanta for that reason. But ultimately, in my bracket, Diamond Nationals won out. So, but Diamond Nationals isn't part of your 3 categories. So I'm gonna also go with Battle of Atlanta. U.S. Open is huge, but I've heard just as many good things as bad things as U.S. Open. It's very controversial. A lot of people have a lot of strong opinions about it. They're not always that great, which, you know, everybody's got an opinion about everything. But I hear a lot of good opinions about Battle, so I'm going Battle.
Very cool. Yeah, I've always heard great stuff about it. I've just never had the pleasure to go, so I couldn't compare it to any of them. So just between America and US Open, that was what I was working with. But absolutely.
Jeff, can you give us your opinion on which one you like best?
All right. So, I wasn't at all three, but I'll do it because in 2017 it was the year of the live stream. So I'm gonna pick based on what was the best live stream or media and everything and what we saw. Um, yeah, I think it's Battle of Atlanta with the Amerikick a close second. Like I think as far as from a viewer standpoint, um, both of those events did just an amazing job at that. I mean, that's hard to say when you're going against ESPN, but I actually like the. I just know that Greg Ruth always has an idea of changing it up each year with the show, with his finals, and it's just fun, I went to. Oh man, I've been to. So I turned 34 next week, and I've been to. I don't even know how many Battle of Atlantas, but when I was like 6 was my first Battle of Atlanta, so like 1990. So that tournament, just like Richard said, biggest tournaments in the world, and then it went to like crickets at one point. I hate, but I mean it was on his last leg, and I was able to go 2 years ago, and it was just phenomenal in what he's done. Exciting to see that tournament back, and again, like Platten said, with anyone. So I like that. You know what I mean? I like that team running doing a tournament or whatnot. I mean, that's just with me. I just think it seems better.
Yeah, from a competitive standpoint, that's real important.
Rich, what do you think? I mean, we talked about this earlier, but
Sure,
you
sure.
want to tell them what you thought?
Well, I think battle, and the reason why I'm going with battle is just from a structure. I think Amerikick would be right there close to battle, but as far as a structure on how and going forward on what Greg Bruce ideals are, the last 2 years, and I've been judging over the underbelt side, we have ran the underbelts the fastest in years. I mean, parents have been telling us when we got the underbelts, the kids done, and the adults were running really good, and the fighting was just crazy this year. I mean, every division was deep. The forms divisions were deep. And then plus we got the little kids done and the underbelts done in a timely manner. So it was a really good year with that. And I would have to go with Battle of Atlanta.
Well, you guys are all on the right track because we have let me pull it up here, Battle of Atlanta that won. So congratulations, Battle of Atlanta. All right, and all right, now this is a really good category right here. These last three are really good, and I like them. The worst person to get a hold of for Sport Karate Radio interviews is the category. And the people nominated for this is Alex Reyes, and Alex Reyes, and Alex Reyes, and the winner is Alex Reyes.
Congratulations! Wow, dang, harsh. Crickets.
And yeah, okay, so now we have the least successful competitor of the year, and that award. Well, I mean, it goes to Jotty Tension. I mean, he didn't compete at all, so it goes to Jotty.
Wow. All right. Good job, Jotty. Step your game up, buddy.
And
these awards are kind of evil.
just these last two.
Oh.
That was it. Okay, so Minute of Fury champion. That's like the holy grail of Sport Karate Radio or Sport Karate Awards, and that one goes to Mr. Mike Welsh, and we mailed him his trophy, and unfortunately, it broke, and so he had to tape it back together. And we were kind of hoping for a victory speech on his part, but it doesn't look like he's in here. So we'll have to get that victory speech from him a little later on, and show that whenever we get that. So that concludes our award ceremony, and yeah, we're flying through this stuff. It's going a lot faster than I thought. We got to buy ourselves some time. So what's everybody's plans in 2018? Anything coming up?
Well, hey, just to jump. Oh, Doss, you got it. Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's see. So I will be going to my first big event. Will be Reto Mex in Mexico City. That is February 9th and 10th. No, 10th, 11th. Sorry, it's a Saturday Sunday tournament. It's actually Super Bowl weekend, and that is part of the Pan Am International Conference. So we're bringing back the international conferences to the NBL, and so that'll be a part of with Grand Slam in April. And I went last year to this tournament. It's huge. They do all the black belts on Saturday and get it done still in a great amount of time. The amount of fighting and that goes on there. Even divisions that you would think normally it's all right, they're not going to be that big or whatever. Really, the adult fighting is probably the biggest thing out there. There's just so many great competitors in Mexico, so I'm excited to see that. And there's usually like at 1 year at this term there were 65 people in 18 plus men's Japanese, and so
Cool.
it's just insane. Yeah. So I'm excited about that, and then bringing some American competitors there, and then vice versa, bringing some Mexican competitors to the Grand Slam, just to have a good year this year for that with the new concepts we have that we're trying this year with the NBL.
Rich, what are your plans for 2018?
Well,
Osborne.
hey, I'm just putting it out there as a statement. 2018 is the comeback of regionals. I'm just putting it out there. I'm putting it out there before we hit January. 2018 is all about the regionals. We always talk about doing sport karate and how we're going to fix it, but we can't fix anything if we don't fix our own backyards. And I think 2018 is the year of regionals. Regionals are coming back. NASCA is supporting regionals this year. I'm a part of a new regional called ProMac. There's leagues and pockets all around the United States that are doing like phenomenal things, like judges certification. How they're running their tournaments, the look of the tournament, and there's pockets from in California. There's some, and there's some on the East Coast. Here in the Midwest, we've got some, and now in the Southeast. So I'm really looking forward to the regional stuff. I think that's the only way we're going to get us back in line with where we need to be and make up some lost ground that we've lost over the years. It's all about the regionals. So be looking out for regional competition. I think it's coming back, and that's how we're going to get things back going in the right direction.
Jacob, what are your plans for 2018? You got anything cooking?
Well, I mean, yeah, I got my own things cooking. Obviously, I'm not a competitor, so I live in the media side of the martial arts world. And as far as media, one thing I see the sport changing is with more live. I think live 2018 is gonna be a big year for live video. We've seen it happen with night shows and stuff, but there's technologies coming out through sportmartialarts.com and through Uventex might be launching something, and just in general, you're going to see a lot more live feeds of stuff happening, and people are going to have more access to watch that kind of stuff. I also see, as far as media goes, more paid content, like, again, Sport Martial Arts, if their plans happen, and I don't work for Sport Martial Arts, so I can't really speak for them, just what they've expressed to me on my show. They're trying to put together like almost a paid subscription service, kind of like a TV network, or HBO of sport martial arts. If that happens and there's enough interest, that could be huge. That could be a game changer. So I'm really excited to see people continually push the media, because in my world, where my perspective, media is king. Storytelling is king. Being able to tell people what martial arts is and put it into a story that the fans can kind of chew on is a big part of growing the sport. So and I think live video might do a lot of good for the sport in 2018.
It definitely can't hurt, in my opinion. Is that correct, Jacob?
Well, I mean, media is just a tool at the end of the day. So if you tell a bad story and it looks bad, it could hurt, but I don't see it panning out that way.
Corey, what are your plans?
Well, I just took over my business, so my plan is I'm not probably going to be competing as much. I'm going to be hitting a couple for sure, but I'm going to be teaching a lot and putting my best foot out there and just pushing those kids and trying to, be the best teacher possible. And then get out to a couple tournaments when I can. I know I'm trying to hit Amerikick. It's coming up, and some other NASCAR events, and anything else that comes my way and people tell me about, I'll try to get to. So, but just busy.
I got
Rich,
one.
you got
Corey, for
plans?
you.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
No, I said I got an event for Corey. I'll tell him about it later.
I think we all know what that is. Mr. Plowden, what do you have going in 2018 for Team Impacts?
Well, of course, I want to continue to keep Team Impact strong, and that's going to involve us continuing to look at potential new members. I mentioned on the show before that I was considering some juniors. So I have a couple of people we've been talking to see if we can enhance, get a little younger while still staying strong. But then also, a lot of my attention has been in trying to grow WKC USA, which this year was extremely loud. We have some events coming up in February. We have three of our regionals, one in New Orleans with Pee Wee Blanco, one in Toledo, Ohio with Jeff Bryant and Scott Gorham, another in New York with Jesse Ray. So I'm trying to spread the wealth as far as that goes because unlike a lot of our circuits, this is country versus country at the end of the day. So it gives individuals an opportunity to do something different in addition to the wonderful circuits that we already have in existence. So I'm just working to try to grow the WKC brand and also keep Impact strong.
So when we had you on the show earlier this year, you said something about looking at a junior for your team. Have you found a junior for Impacts yet?
I have not found anyone that I can say, yes, we're adding. But there are some good kids out there. And as I mentioned on the show before, with the kids comes the parents. So just because the kid is talented doesn't mean they're a good fit for your team because the parents could be knuckleheads. So you have to have that right fit, just like you have to have with adults who come on. Our chemistry with our team is phenomenal. It's really fantastic. I can't interrupt that just because someone's talented. So it takes a little bit of skill in making sure things work. And I run it by my team members. We've had a couple of conversations over the last 2 weeks about potential add-ons. And, I need their feedback.
So are you looking for like a certain person as far as like a 12 to 14-year-old guy or like a 13 to 14-year-old girl, or are you just open to any junior?
Well, I'm open. Typically, what I'm looking at are kids who are around 14 and above.
Okay. So we have lots of stuff coming up in 18. NASCA has all of their tournaments scheduled and everything. They got Toronto at the end of the year of 2018, I see. And hopefully, if everything works out correctly, we're going to be launching a new part of our website here to get people a little more involved within watching sport karate and participating at events and just being a little more interactive and participating in that through our website. So if everything works correctly, then that should be launched here pretty soon. First part of 2018, hopefully. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That's all I have. I didn't think this was going to go that fast, so it's going to be short. But anybody want to say anything? Rich, you want to finish us out with anything? I see you got a Ninja Turtle guy in the back there. Is that Michelangelo?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's no. I think this year is going to be a good year. There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline. One thing that I do want to commend NASCA on, they're going to start publishing out the rules and doing more social media stuff. So I just wanted to give them a little bit more props. I think that's been a topic of discussion here, especially with the rule change because really honestly, we haven't even got a final statement on whether the additional gear is actually official yet. And so I think there's some of that stuff's going to change. So I think a lot more communication is going to be had and Doss already does a really good job with the NBL. So, it's going to be nice to see NASCA kind of catch up and start getting a little bit more communication out there. Even the team fighting rules are going to be published here in the next 24 to 48 hours. And that way there's no more hang up on this rule if this event's changing or this one. So just a little bit more unity, a little bit more communication. And I'm looking forward to 2018. It's gonna be a heck of a year. It's gonna be really fun to watch the sport and see how it turns out this year.
Go ahead, say that word one more time, Rich.
Unity. I'm gonna ride it till the day I die.
Corey, you want to finish this off with anything?
Yeah, I'm just.
That
Oh, sorry. Was that Jeff?
Oh, we got Aaron.
We got Aaron.
Where'd she come from?
Woo!
Huh?
Aaron, you just got off the plane, didn't you?
Yeah, from Detroit, Team Revolution training camp.
Hey, congratulations, Team Revolution! Hey!
Yay, Detroit.
Hi, sir. How are you?
We are
How you, Aaron?
fantastic. We are actually just finishing up, but we can prolong this a little bit longer because I scheduled an hour.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, no worries. So, Aaron, did the sport grow in 2017 or did it show signs of decline? What's your opinion?
That's a tough question. Overall, I'd say, do you mean like specifically the whole sport or just like,
The sport in general.
sport in general? I'd say there were some big things going on with people doing like the Logan film and things like that that brought attention to the sport. But in terms of divisions, it seemed a little smaller than in the past.
Fantastic. All right, so that's kind of everybody's opinion about the sport since we got Aaron there. Yeah, that's all I got. So, I want to give a special shout out to the man, myth, and legend himself, Jay Wolf. There he is, right there. Look at him. He's the guy. He's our executive producer of the day.
Oh no.
We're gonna roll the credits here really quick. And he's the executive producer, Jacob Wolfman. Yay! Bob, Rich, Corey, and our guests. Here's our credits. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be quite honest with all you guys. I hate live streams with a passion, so we'll probably never do this ever again. But this is a one and only. We like podcasting, so we'll stick with that. Richard Plowden, you want to end with anything? Any words?
No, not at all. Jeff Doss, you haven't missed anything on the pay-per-view yet.
not really. One
No.
chance. One chance.
Well, Aaron, I'm glad that you could at least hang out with us for a few minutes, and thank you for all of you guys being on the show throughout the entire year. We, both me and Corey and Richard, all appreciate it very much. So thank you guys very much for tuning in each week.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas to all of you guys as well. Jacob, I don't know how we end it, but let's go. I'm hungry.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to end our episode for the Sport Karate Radio end of the year extravaganza, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa special. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you want other people to watch this, hit the share button before you tune out. Have a good, happy holidays and life. All right, I'm ending it. Calling it quits.